I am a science denier. Do you join me? But this one I'm going to share with you. It's hardly science at all. It's not science. It's definitely not. I take it back. It's definitely not science. Are you familiar, although treated like it is, are you familiar with the implicit bias test? The claim that we're all living in right now is that everyone is racist. Okay, it's a bold claim. So what do they use to back it up? Science, of course. You got to back that up with science. So they created what's called the IAT. It's actually called the implicit association test. Technically, call it the implicit bias test. And I'll just tell you up front, I'll give the kicker up front. It's the stupidest thing you've ever seen. But they use this, the left, the woke critical race theorists, everyone, they use this as the scientific proof that everyone is racist. This is laughable. It is absolutely laughable if it wasn't accepted as science by so many people. Okay, so you can take this test yourself. Just Google implicit bias test Harvard, and it'll pop up. There's a bunch of them. There's one about race, which we'll talk about here. You can do one about gay and disabled and all. You can do all religion. You can do all these different, same concept, right? So here's the deal. I did 2 days ago. I took it. I wasted 5 minutes of my life, and I took it. And here's how it goes. So this is what you do. You sit in front of your computer. You put one finger, your left-hand finger, on the E key, and you put your right-hand finger on the I key. All right? This thing's so stupid. I can't believe people fall for this. There's 7 rounds, okay? And you're faced with screens like this. The first round, you only have good words and bad words, okay? So if you come up with a good word, you press with your left hand the E key, okay? Like sweet, okay? So you see sweet, boom, you press E. Peace, that's a good word, E. I saw agony a second ago. Okay, it's a bad word, so you press I. Okay? So you just do that for like a minute. Good word pops up, you press E. Bad word pops up, you press I. Then it switches to faces. The face of a black person or face of a white person. But it's not even their whole face. It's just like this part of their face. All you see is this right here, right? There, that's it right there. Okay? So black person. Okay. Black person, you press with your right hand I. Okay, so you see a black person, boom, press I. Then it shows a white person, and then you press E with your left hand, real fast, as fast as you can. Okay, so white person, E, black person, I, right? Then, keep this screen up. Yeah, then it has you do either good or white people. You press the key with your right hand, the E, the I key. Or bad and black people. I know this is confusing, but bear with me. Black or bad people, you press with your left. Now, this is the key to the whole scam. It trains you, keep the screen up, this trains you to associate black and bad, okay? So if you see a black face, you press the E key with your left hand. Or if you see a bad word, like agony or pain or evil, you press the same button. Same thing with good. If you see a white person, you press I, or if you see a good word, like celebrate, you press I as well. So it's training your brain to associate good and white and bad and black. Then it flips it. Then it says, okay, if you see either a bad word and white people, you press I with your right hand, or good word and black people, you press E with your left hand. And how much longer it takes you to get the right answer on that round determines how racist you are. That's the test. That's the science, okay? So let's say you associate a good word, like peace, and a white face. Let's say on that round, you're really good at it, and you get it within 1 second. All right, so you see the word peace, and you see a white face, and you're like, oh, I, boom, 1 second, took you 1 second. Okay, that's your baseline, 1 second. Then the next round, when they flip it, and it says either a good word or a black face, and it takes you a little longer because they just switched it up on you. So now it doesn't take you a second, it takes you 1.6 seconds to correctly identify or to press the right button. That means you are super racist. Whoa, 1.6 seconds? Wow, you're like a Nazi. Is that not the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your entire life? That's the implicit bias test. When I first heard what the implicit bias test really was, I just had these flashbacks to all these times of people like talking about it as if it's a real thing and it like legitimate thing. I just am like, wait, what? Like that's what all this is based off of? This is a silly, like video game. It's not even really a video. It's just a stupid, it's nothing. It's how quickly you can read a word and remember which button to press. And then they trick you. It's a total crock. Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.